loving Malcolm X and not acknowledging or loving the man that taught Malcolm X everything he knows is like saying I love apples, but man, them seeds though, when I get to them seeds, man, I gotta spit that shit out, or I can't deal with them seeds. It's like, bro, how can you acknowledge, you know, the man but not acknowledge the origin, the product of the man? You gotta understand that, you know, Malcolm X came from, he was incarcerated when he first got introduced to the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of when he started to, you know, rise up, because before that, Malcolm X was a pimp. You know what I'm saying? He used to steal. You know, he probably did a lot of different things that, you know, wasn't quote unquote righteous. So, or wasn't, you know, what we know Malcolm X to be. So when I see people say put smut on Elijah Muhammad's name or the Nation of Islam name, and they try to like exalt Malcolm X, I see that they don't really understand completely. You know what I'm saying? Either they don't have complete comprehension of the whole situation, or they just don't have, you know, either they don't want to have that type of comprehension and that type of like knowledge of the situation, because everything is Googleable. You know what I'm saying? I told people, many people, that if you have any doubts about who killed Malcolm X, look up COINTELPRO. That's the first thing I tell everybody that ever have like some type of inclination, thinking that maybe it was an inside job, or maybe thinking that, you know, somebody that from what's inside the nation did it. And I'm like, look guys, let's keep it real. The Nation of Islam was very angry at Malcolm X, very angry. At the time of Malcolm X assassination, he wasn't even with the Nation of Islam at that point. And you know what I'm saying, the Nation of Islam do things in a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? If you ever been to a mosque before, you know that the Nation of Islam don't play about having guns, you know what I'm saying, having like drugs, anything that's gonna just any type of substance or any type of like weapon or anything you can bring in to harm the people. You know what I'm saying? They don't play that. We don't play that. So the fact of the matter that Elijah Muhammad left the Nation of Islam and stopped having check procedures lets you know that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of Malcolm X's brilliance and a lot of the things that Malcolm X was doing that was keeping him safe under, you know, from the world. You got to think back in the day when Malcolm X was still around, he was looked at the same exact way that Minister Louis Farrakhan is, the honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan is. So it's like, if y'all really want to praise Malcolm X, you would praise his teacher. You would praise the honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan, because they all teach the same things. They all stand for the same things, and they was all taught by the same person, and they come from the same origin. If you disregard the Nation of Islam and Elijah Muhammad and Master Farad Muhammad and all these people, and you clearly look at and focus on Malcolm X and, you know, Muhammad Ali and Khalid Muhammad and all these people that come from the seeds, then you just simply either you have self-hate, like you don't want to acknowledge that, you know what I'm saying, it could come from a black source, it could come from somebody, like it's very possible for God to send, you know, a reminder, a messenger, you know what I'm saying, somebody within that look just like you, to warn you, to inform you of what's going to take place and how to prepare for it and how to be, you know, just be aware of the times that we in. Everybody had a messenger. Every group of people, from the Jews to the Arabs, everybody had a messenger. Somebody had to come and teach people knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? Like Moses had to teach the Jews how to be upright and how to, you know, how to stand upright and, you know what I'm saying, how to rule the world for the time that they did. So it's like, I'm sorry, I just went off course completely, but basically going back into the original point of that, you know what I'm saying, why don't y'all think that God was saying black people, somebody that looked like them, that come from the same conditions that we come in and that we grew in, and he can be someone that we can look at as our Jesus, or our, you know, our symbol of peace, or somebody that we know that's God's man. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, why can't black people get that kind of reminder? You know what I'm saying? And that just goes right back to, you know, how you feel about yourself, and do you really believe, you know what I'm saying, in God, and do you know who God is, and do you know it, and are you sure that God is alive, like a man, not no spirit, not no spook, not no, you know what I'm saying, like not no, oh, he's everywhere. Nah, I'm like, at the end of the day, you got to understand, somebody had to create all this stuff here. Somebody is controlling the weather, you know what I'm saying? It's not the government. If you always put in the government as your guide, then you don't even, like, to be honest with you, bro, you know what I'm saying, you scary. You're not even, like, you're not no real man, because you over here thinking the government control everything. You know what I'm saying? Been growing up in the mosque and being a Muslim, I've never encountered anything that made me look at them like, oh, y'all might be crooked, or y'all might be this, you know what I'm saying? I only had positive examples of how black men should act and how we should, you know, carry ourselves everywhere around the world, you know what I'm saying? And I just don't like the fact that I have to even make this video, because it's almost as if, you know, what year are we in? You know what I'm saying? We in 2020, you know what I'm saying? There's no way no people should be still wondering and confused about, you know, how Malcolm X passed away, you know what I'm saying? Who was a part of that? And another thing I wanted to say, if the Nation of Islam has something to do with the Malcolm X assassination, then tell them to release the files, you know what I'm saying? Tell people to release the files. Let us see exactly, because you got to think, every person of importance that died, it's FBI files on them, because you have to investigate the case to see exactly, like, everything is traceable, bro. There's no way in hell that, you know what I'm saying, somebody like Malcolm X got killed like that right in the middle of his speech, and it's like not planned. It's out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it for my video. I just wanted to drop that for y'all, and it's so much more I can say, because I have a lot of insight on the situation, but I'm gonna leave it on that. Peace, come and have a wonderful day. Malcolm X spoke out a term, right? Elijah Muhammad told him not to mention a certain president's name, you know what I'm saying, and don't talk about a certain topic or something like that. I'm not going into details, because I frankly don't want to butcher the exact words that he told him. But Malcolm X ended up talking about it anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that led to Elijah Muhammad having to, I guess, in other words, banish him from the Nation of Islam. Or just, you know, a leave of absence, you know what I'm saying? Like suspension. Like, you know, right now you're not with us, but it's not like I didn't like kick you out permanently, you know what I'm saying? So that was one of the reasons why, you know, Malcolm X probably, I mean, was definitely salty about the situation, you know what I'm saying? He probably was mad, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's human. Nobody is above error, you know what I'm saying? So Malcolm X was talking out of turn. He was talking about Elijah Muhammad's personal affairs and domestic affairs. And it's like, think about it like this: if somebody that brought you into knowledge of self and is your teacher, and another student is coming out talking like shit about your teacher and saying that this and this about your teacher, and basically trying to, like, you know, destroy your teacher and kind of destroy his character, and kind of trying to basically just mess up his credibility, you know what I'm saying? What would the people that follow that teacher, or what would the people that learn from that teacher do, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of why I feel like I can see why people might think the nation has something to do with it, because the nation was very mad at Malcolm X. They was very angry at Malcolm X, like to the point where it's some brothers in the nation that probably did want to do some harm to him, but it was an order from Elijah Muhammad, the person that Malcolm X is actually talking about and putting smut on the name of. He even said himself, do not touch Malcolm X, do not touch that man. So if the man himself say don't touch the man in public to all his people, what makes you think, you know what I'm saying, like, how can you get that he wanted to put a hit on him? Or what made you, how did you conjure up in your mind that some way, somehow, he wanted to put a hit on him? Now, what I will say is, the people that follow the teacher, they are subjected to do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, just because you follow a teacher, just because, you know what I'm saying, your parents tell you something, don't mean you're going to listen, you know what I'm saying? So in this situation, it don't mean people didn't try to harm Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't an order from Elijah Muhammad. That's just a regular person in the Nation of Islam, separate from Elijah Muhammad, because he already told people what they should do, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, everybody that's in your religion is not don't speak for your whole religion. Like, if all Christians spoke, if the bad Christians spoke for the good Christians, then we would look at them negatively. We would be like, if you a Christian, why you killing people? If you this, why you doing this? If you this, why you doing that? Basically what I'm saying is nobody is perfect. Everybody has error. There's bad seeds and bad fruit in every single organization. Nobody is just out here perfect. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it may have been some brothers that tried to bomb his house, that tried to do something to him, but at the end of the day, that wasn't from Elijah Muhammad. And the people that actually ended up killing him, that was directly a COINTEL. That was an operation that was all planned and set up that way to put an agent inside of his close quarters. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, even after Malcolm X got shot, the person that killed him had to blow air into him so the blood would flow out his body. You know what I'm saying? So it was more than just, you know what I'm saying, a few brothers or you know what I'm saying. It was a whole operation, and even to the point where they say that the bullets actually came from the upward part of the ballroom he was in. So the people that actually shot him weren't the people, or the people that had the guns weren't the people that actually shot him. It was a whole different people, whole different group of people that probably shot him. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, and the reason why I had to go into that detail as well is because these are specific detail that you wouldn't know unless you actually, you know, talk to somebody in the Nation of Islam, or you did your necessary research. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, we can have our opinions on what really happened, and you can even hear me talk about all this and still not believe it. You know what I'm saying? That's all up to you. But you can't say nobody never told you. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, you know, what? Like, what you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, this is what it is. This are the facts. And if you still don't believe the facts, if you still want to believe the government over, you know, your own people, then tell the government to release the files. If the government released the files, you would understand. Well, no, they won't even do that because they don't want to, you know what I'm saying, incriminate themselves in their part in this whole, you know, incident. So that's pretty much it, family. I had to make a third part of this. I might put this in the middle, but I just had to make this because I wanted to mention that part about, you know what I'm saying, Malcolm X and the people having to actually having actual close quarters with him, and the people that had to blow into him to actually you know, make sure he was dead and everything. So that's all I want to say, y'all. You know, peace, y'all, and have a wonderful day again.